Hey guys, welcome to question FM79 of the Further Maths Sharpen Study Guide. So this question is getting us to interpret a dot plot. So jumping straight in, the dot plot below displays the number of times a student curses each day in the 30 days leading up to their exams. So for A part I, determine the median number of times this student cursed. So this tells us it shows us the difference between the 30 days leading up to the exam. So all these dots, there'll end up being 30 of them. And for example here, this is a day that the student cursed 23 times. So the least amount of times the student cursed in one of the 30 days leading up to the exams is 23, and the most is 38, we can see by this dot plot. We don't know when those days were, but we just know how many times they cursed on each day. So to find the median number of times this student cursed, we will literally take our 30 dot points here, or our 30 plots, and we know that our median is going to be n plus 1 divided by 2, which in this case we have 30 points of data, so 30 plus 1 divided by 2, 15.5. So we know that the average of the 15th point and the 16th point is going to give us our median. So if we count our dots here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 15. What we're going to end up finding is that we end up with 28 as our 15th value and another 28 as our 16th value. So if we add those two together and divide by 2, of course that's going to give us 28, which means that the median number of times that this student's cursed is 28 times. Going on to part II, the question asks for the percentage of days on which the student cursed 30 times or more. So what we have to look at here is, first of all, how many days were there where the student actually cursed more than 30 times. So here's our 30 value here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. Sorry, my text is dying a bit. Let me grab a different one. This might work better. There we go. 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. So that's going to be 5, 7, 8, 9. 9. Making sure I've got that. Yep. 9 out of, and since we need to find the percentage of days, so what is this asking? Yeah, the percentage of days on which the student cursed 30 times or more, we need to take our 9 and divide it by the total amount. So we have 30 days here, so 9 divided by 30, which is going to give us 9 divided by 30 is equal to 0.30, and then times that 0.30 by 100 to give us our answer of 30%. So that's part II of A. Now part B gets a little more tricky on us. It's starting to talk about standard deviations. So we're given the following information before tackling part D. It says the number of times this student curses approximately normally distributed with a mean of 28.4 and a standard deviation of 3. Determine the percentage of days out of the 30 that the student is expected to curse less than 22.4 times. Write your answer to one decimal place. So with questions like this, it's basically assuming knowledge of the 68, 95, 99.7 rule, which if we draw a quick little bell curve here, well, that turned out well actually. So we've got our mean here at 22.8, and we have standard deviations, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and each of these standard deviation occurs, I think it was saying three ways. So that would mean that we have our first standard deviation above the mean would be at 25.8, our next one at 28.8, and our last one over here at 31.8. Down this way we have, what do we have? Oh no, wait, our mean, sorry, I've screwed that up. Forget that for 1 second. Don't know where I got that number from. Our mean is at 28.4. 28.4, make that look a bit more like an 8, which means that we have 31.4 here, 34.4, and 37.4. That looks better. And then going the other way, we have 25.4, 22.4, and 19.4. Now the question asks for us to say, determine the percentage of days out of the 30 that the student is expected to curse less than 22.4 times. So our 22.4 is here, so 2 standard deviations below the mean. What this question is assuming that we know is that this percentage, or this part of our normal distribution, makes up 95% of the data. So it's expected, I should say, to consist of 95% of our data, which means that we're left with 2.5% up above 2 standard deviations above the mean, and 2.5% below 2 standard deviations below the mean. So what they're asking for is this percentage over this end, which is 2.5% of our data is expected to fall below 2 standard deviations below the mean. So that is actually our final answer. Our final answer is 2.5%, which means that, so to answer this question directly, determine the percentage of days out of the 30 that the student is expected to curse less than 22.4 times. So it is expected that the student will curse less than 22.4 times on 2.5% of our 30 days. And guys, that's the final answer. So if you have any questions about what's going on in here, please drop it in the comments below, or shoot a message directly to our Facebook page at Triumph Tutoring, and someone will be sure to help you out.